incredible.
Jeez, you're picky.
Hey, hi, everybody.
What could you do if you were debt-free? If you didn't owe anybody anything. You had no bills to pay, no anything to worry about other than the money coming into your pocket. I'll tell you about the day that I traded this for this. I was newly married, and I was quite a good friend with one of these. Not too bad. I had a truck payment. I had some credit card debt. I lived on the bachelor budget plan. You pay the rent payment so you have a place to live. You pay the truck payment so you'll have something to drive. The rest is fluid. And then I met my wife. We got married, and my wife started acting weird. Okay, my wife insisted that I take my lunch every day to work. My wife would not let me take her out to dinner, no matter how hard I pleaded and begged and wanted to show her how much I loved her and affection by taking her out and doing all these cool things. She insisted we just spend a quiet evening at home, eating a dinner that she prepared, and which was fine with me. And then my wife did something really weird one day. I came home from work one day and had my sandwich bag that my sandwich was in. And I was going to throw it away, and my wife said, "Don't throw that away." I said, "Why not?" She said, "I saved those." I look over to the dish drainer beside our sink, and sure enough, there were all these little Ziploc bags set up in the dish drainer to where she had rinsed them out and was going to reuse them again, at which time I informed her, "Honey, I realize that we don't have all the money in the world, but I think I can scrape up to $50 and buy us some new sandwich bags." I always wondered why my wife was acting weird. Why was she doing things like this? Until one day, she came to me with an idea. My sister had moved to Japan to be a missionary. And during that time, I hadn't seen her for several years, and my wife came to me and she said, "Would you like to go see your sister?" I said, "Well, sure, but we don't have that kind of money." And she said, "Well, I think we have enough money to pay for both of us to fly from Nashville or from Arkansas to Japan and back, and we'll still be fine." I said, "Well, we'll have to put it on the credit card." She said, "No, we have plenty of money." I said, "How much money exactly do we have?" The day that we were married, we were $6,000 in the hole. 9 months later, we were $3,000 to the good. May not seem like a lot of money, especially in this day and age, but that, if it did nothing else, it showed me that I needed to become a whole lot less familiar and less friendly with this, and a whole lot more friendly with this. You have freedom being debt-free that you don't have otherwise, and I speak from experience. Not only does it allow you to go see friends and family all over the world, but it also allows you to go see relatives who are sick and possibly dying. It also affords you the opportunity, the ability to care for people on an emergency type basis. We have gone from a society of immediate gratification to that of where delayed gratification is now in vogue. There was an article of a person on YouTube. Her name was Shona Zamarita, and she slashed her household expenses $6,600 in 1 year just by putting off buying things that she wanted, by reconfiguring her cell phone bill to where she lived on or operated on less minutes than she had before. What was thought was at one time impossible is now very real and very doable. And it's due in large part out of necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention, someone said. Dave Ramsey found it necessary to totally revamp and restyle his life after getting started in the real estate business and amassing a net wealth of over $1 million, having $4 million worth of real estate, all come crashing in on him. Banks called him a loan and wanted the money right now. He found himself from being $1 million real estate investor to flat broke. He's now worth many more millions, and through his lessons of financial peace and the 7 baby steps to financial health, one of which $1,000 emergency fund, pay off all your debts except the house utilizing a debt snowball system, 3 to 6 months of expenses and savings, investing 15% of your household income in Roth IRAs and pre-tax IRAs, college funding, paying off your home early, and lastly, building wealth and giving. And he asked the question many times, could you live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else? Could you live on rice and beans, beans and rice? Could you live on way less than you make so that one day you can drive whatever you want and pay cash for it? You can go to whatever locale or vacation you choose to and not have the looming cloud of credit card debt hanging over your head. You could even buy your loved ones all those cool Christmas presents that they wanted. Lastly, it affords you the opportunity to give like no one else. If you live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else, you also have the chance to give like no one else. Especially this time of year as we approach Thanksgiving and Christmas, being debt-free affords you the opportunity to give of your heart and of your abundance. Thanks so much for your attention, and I hope that it was beneficial to you in some way.